Hey guys, how's it going? I got something I want to kind of run by you today. I know this kid that just turned 21, and I think I'm being attacked by a moth. But I know this kid that just turned 21, and he decided that he wanted to do a couple of things. One was go out and buy a little bit of beer. He bought a case of beer and ended up drinking one. The other thing he did was go out and buy a gun. 1911. And he asked me what the best type of 1911 was, and I told him it was a Colt. He ended up buying what he thought was the Combat Elite Colt, 5-inch model. It's a Series 80, I believe. And just to make sure we're not nothing in the chamber. Now there's a reason why I bring this up today. I don't know if you can get a good look at this or not. We'll kind of turn it in the light there. Not very good lighting in here tonight. It seems like a decent weapon, right? When he brought this thing to me, I could not believe what he paid for it. He paid $500 for this gun, for this firearm. The problem is, the slide is all Colt parts. It's the Colt Combat Elite Series 80 Mark IV. But the bottom is auto ordnance. Okay? Now, if you're going to pay $500 for a gun, you want to make sure what you're getting into. They saw this kid coming, and it wasn't very professional of the people that sold him the gun. When he brought this thing to me, I wish I would have taken pictures so I could show you. This whole thing was caked with gunk and just grime and nasty and terrible. I don't understand why anyone would have sold a gun in that condition from a gun shop at all. So when you're out looking for a gun, don't just say, "Oh, that's cool, give me that one." I mean, go through it. Break it down. Make sure it's all original parts. But above all, don't just buy one because you can. You know, if you don't have the proper training in how to handle a firearm safely, it's going to kill you. It will kill you. Or somebody. I don't understand, guys. Just because you have the ability to go and buy a gun that looks cool from a distance, when I took the grips off of here, it was terrible. I'm telling you, there was a ½ inch of gunk under here. I cleaned it up as best as I could, showed him how to break it down, showed him how to handle it, and told him to go home and soak it. I mean, literally soak it in gun cleaner. And he did that. Safety goes on and off now without a problem. I took it apart. The mainspring had a crack in it. We've since got a mainspring in it for him, and it looks a lot better than what it did. But I'm telling you, this thing has got surface rust that keeps reoccurring on it, even though it's been soaked in gun oil. It's been soaked in, you know, just to kind of try to get the metal to absorb some of that and slow down the degradation process. Well, I'm just perplexed by the condition of this gun, and it's a whole lot better now. The guide rod isn't even complete. It had a on the back side of this over here, I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but back over here it had a blue almost plastic piece. I think it was supposed to be a recoil bushing. I'm not real sure what the terminology is for it, but that's gone now. It was so old and not taken care of, and it was just terrible. What this thing needs, it needs to be reparkerized, because this is a parkerized finish on the auto ordnance, and it needs reblued on the Colt upper. Don't go buying something just because you can. If you don't know anything about it, don't waste your money. Find a professional, seek guidance, and try to do something right. Especially when you're talking about a firearm, you're entrusting your life and someone else's life to this firearm. Doesn't it just make sense to want to know what you're doing? Take it back to them. Well, their reply to him was, well, we'll test fire it. It functions fine. Nothing wrong with it. But you're paying for a used weapon. You're paying a premium price for a hybrid weapon. You know, that's just the way I see it. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I bet you there's a lot of you out there who think, well, if I'm going to pay that kind of money, I want to know what I'm getting into. It just seems like the right thing to do, right? Don't be that one. Don't be part of a statistic. If you don't know what's going on when you walk into a gun store, tell them, hey, show me what's going on. If it doesn't feel right or it doesn't look right, by all means, ask someone who knows that you trust. Sign up for classes. There's nothing wrong with taking a class. Say, hey, show me a good way to do this, or show me a good way to do that. How should I approach buying a weapon? Whatever you need, you know. Go to a gun range, rent their guns. Find out which gun works best for you, and then look for one that's new. Or if you go to buy a used one, make sure it's in good shape. Tell these people that you're taking classes from, you know, what do I need to look for? There's nothing wrong. It's called being educated. I just hate seeing this. This is senseless. I mean, really, this gun is in horrible shape. He paid $500 for it. In horrible shape. Now, if it was all Colt, I would say, yeah, it'd be worth putting the money into. But it's not all Colt. Auto ordnance, Colt, auto ordnance, whatever. You know, you're taking your own life in your own hands when you buy a weapon. And if you don't know how to use it, and I've said it already 3 or 4 times, it will kill you. I don't know what else to say about this, guys. I mean, I see it all the time. You know, people get their tax returns in. They want to have some fun, so they go out and they buy some handguns. They go either out to the range, which is probably the best thing they could do, and they blow off a bunch of rounds, got no use for the gun, and they try to sell it for half of what they got in it. It's stupid. Either that, or they'll go out in the middle of nowhere shooting at a bunch of rocks and catch a ricochet or something. Somebody gets hit. Let me know what you would do in this situation. Would you just go out and buy a gun not knowing what you're getting into? Would you not want to make sure that that gun functions the way it's supposed to? I'm kind of curious to know. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.